Lori Wong is in the building, and we got her up on stage. Wow, my God, I just looked at the stage. Robin May is in the building. Y'all, Bootstrap and Redefined is going down. So we're going to move on really quickly. Chris, if you can drop that beat real quick, and let's get it. I'm going to do a roll call when we come back. Come on, let's go.
Hey, watch out, cause I'm coming for you. Well, baby girl, KK, tell me what you do. I said I'm from DC, you can't see me. Hey, Chucky B, let them know what I used to say. I would never, not in my days, ever change my ways. Too good at getting away with all them games I played. Walker, slick talker, anything I did. Get out of a jam quicker than my guy who did shit. I got my swap now. I seen it do the roll call.
Let's get it. Shout out to Renee for being in the building on the pole position. Shout out to Renee. I was driving in my car one day. Alicia's in the building. Good to see you, Grand Rising. I'm so grateful to have Transfer Rock Davies in the building. Again, the MMC here. Cindy Lou, representing from New Zealand. Let's get it. Marcus is in the building. Lanita is in the building. Bill Hines. I ain't never met a girl like you. I want to shout out to our annual sponsor, AARP, for sponsoring this year's event. Guys, AARP is no longer for 50 plus. They are doing things. They got programs that are constructed for folks that are much younger than that. And I promise you, it's a whole new thing. You need to tap in. Good to see you, Dr. Sam. Can't wait to see your face and hug your neck tomorrow at Bootstrap and Redefined. Come on, Mr. Hurley. Philly is in the building. I see you, sir. Dr. Nicole, what it do? Dr. Nicole, you were at the event last year. Can you put a quick takeaway as to how this event changed how you think? And so therefore, anybody that feels up in Atlanta this year will be able to get that kind of information. Let them know what time it is. Dominic over there cutting up. I see you, Joe. Go ahead on with the bad stuff. I love it. I love it. Satina's in the building. My guy Mike Keller representing from Panama City, Panama. This is my broker phone. Let me tell you something right now. Y'all gonna want to know what my next looks like. We have moved and I live in Panama City. And I promise you right now, it's getting ready to go. Mike, good to see you. Representing the West Coast, West Side. I see you, girl. I don't know. Are you in LA or are you in the Bay Area? If you was from DC, they would say Earn. It region matters. Cynthia representing the Lone Star State. Sean is in the building. I love you, bro. Appreciate you. YB is in the building. Come on, y'all, get the hand together. It's in the building. Boy, you out there killing it in Columbus. I see you, sir. Signing different things. That's my guy, y'all. Malika's in the building representing DC. Dave, what's up, bro? It's been a minute. Dave came on this application a couple of years ago at crazy value. Love you, my friend. Great to see you pulling up. Elaine, good to see you representing my international traveler. She lives in two places, in the Caribbean and in New York. And I love it. She built the whole hotel in the Caribbean. And y'all, let me tell you something right now. It's getting ready to go down. Yolanda Taylor's in the building. Can't wait to see you at Bootstrap and Redefined. I know you're already on that VIP status. Let's get it. Mike is in the building. Good to see you. Keisha is here. I see Detroit representing. Hey, Rhea. Now let me tell you something right now. It would be a sin in the shame if I don't get to hug your neck this week. Let me out of Atlanta. I'm pulling up. I get the neck right. I know you live. I will come knock on your door. Sharon, good to see you. Great to see you. Good morning, Grand Rising. Stephanie is in the building. Maria is here. Nona is here, holding it down since day one. Good to see you, Nona. Sean is in the building. Listen, SMMC forever. So life. That's my girl.
I want to welcome you back to life.
Real estate investor. Back to doing the daggone thing. Cassandra, good to see you in the building. Maria, is that Lil John? Is that Lil John in the building? Come on, Lil John show. Check it. Look, Lil John show. Little sister John. Look at her face. She is John with long hair. I'm sorry. I know it's going back, but that's what your brother Steve. Your life was the only gift I left for me. Good to see you in the building, Renee. Always a pleasure. And it looks like we got John as a guest. Oh, y'all, I absolutely let's get it. Around Godfather of Fogo. Absolutely. We got to give homage to the Godfather. Let's go. Got it. Do me a favor, re-scroll on KBC MTV. Let's go from top to bottom so I can see it. I want to shout y'all out as well. Let's go up today. Look, it's good to see you guys. Come on, Gary, I appreciate you for chiming in. Gardy is there watching us by way of KBCN. Of course, Chris is there. Sean is there. Absolutely. Loved and protected. Come on, Caden. I see you, brother. I see you. Come on, is in the building. Look, let's get it.
I appreciate it.
Look, here in Atlanta.
It's amazing how
I love it. Listen, y'all. Listen.
You don't give up on me.
Sharon Sales, listen. I'm gonna get the whole look. Now you heard
Like you.
man, because I'm gonna love you for that, and I'm gonna kiss you in your face. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now, no way you gonna bring that to me on energy in my screen and not get. I'm not getting it.
Hallelujah.
You hear me? Let's go. Come on, y'all. Let's clap it up. Let's go ahead and save this music. I need some water, Trey. I don't know what in the world is happening. I don't know how I got my water. Rocky, I don't know what's going on. Rocky is in the building. Her locks have grown out. Lord Jesus, Rocky, I can't with you. I can't. I cannot with you.
They're so short. I just needed to lengthen them. And I accidentally cut two off trying to do this. So yeah.
Stop playing. You accidentally cut two off.
I have them right now. I'm looking at them on the table.
Rocky, do me a favor. Let everybody know how your evening was. This is the last show, Rock. What we doing?
First of all, why am I not on the table next to Christine by way of Rosie? That was the request. That was my only request, but this is pretty cool. I'm excited. I told you how my evening was, but I'm excited. I'm excited and sad. This is bittersweet. I'm glad I get to see Jen's face.
Yay.
Hi,
She's in the building.
And Jen, I forgot to tell you, I found a device to help you fix your gaming chair. I bought it on Amazon, by the way.
Oh, yes,
so I'm gonna have to send you that.
Rocky has to come with the random.
And I have to say as well that Christine,
nobody know nothing about those games.
We talked about it on the show, Coach.
Huh?
It was a whole thing on the show with Jen and the chair.
For those that were there then. But it's our brand new guest. They like, huh?
What? Oh, sorry. Well, the last thing I'm going to say is Christine's hair is always fire whenever she goes to an event. So, Christine, you look good too.
I'm gonna need a close-up, Trey.
Look, Trey. She needs you to push in. Push in on camera 3, brother. Listen, we messing with our crew. Let's shout out KBC and TV. Trey is in the building. James is in the building. If you're in Clubhouse and you see us, it's because of KBC and TV. I love it. Y'all, let's get ready to get this party started. We got so many people that we want to allow to come share. My girl, Lori Wong, is on the stage. Robin is in the building. Tessie is in the building. With great respect to y'all's time. Gardy, I see you. We're going to come back around in a minute, bro. But I want to make sure that we get our guests squared away. Lori Wong, 2.5 years ago, I met you. It was on an application called Clubhouse. And I just heard you speak. And the words that came out of your mouth were life-changing. You hung out with us in the room for a good 1.5 years. You hired me to coach you. I couldn't figure that one out. Full disclosure, her business makes more than mine. Yeah, pregnant pause on purpose. I coach people who are further down the street than I am. Wonder why that is. We'll come back to that. Lori Wong, the transformation, the things that you have done in the lives of people over the last 20 years is things that they write books about, girl. And I'm grateful that you are here to be with us at Bootstrap and Redefine. Can you really quickly tell people about who you are, what you do, why you do it, and why is it important? I'm getting some feedback, guys. Why is it important for you or for them to pull up to hear you talk about what you guys have done over at Reflections? Come on, talk to me.
I being a bit vulnerable with the room this morning, and to really thank yourself and Cherie and the team, because 2.5 years ago, or whenever we met, I was coming out of a dark pit, one of the darkest seasons of my life. And even though I was leading a large organization, I was broken beyond broken. And I needed to get my voice back. And, you know, when yourself and Cherie stayed with me, I had the privilege of having Glenn and Cherie stay with me in my house for a few days. I was able to share with you right there on my steps about what I had gone through. And I'm not going to go through that this morning, but I am going to say that when I stumbled into your room 2 years ago, I needed some help. Not necessarily as a business person per se, but I needed some help as a person, as a woman. I needed to get my voice back. And I saw someone that was charismatic, someone that was caring, a true servant leader that I could hold on to just for a minute. And you infused life into me. Why did I get your coaching program? Because there's things that you excel in that I don't. It doesn't matter how much money my business makes. We all bring something to the table. And you had a voice. I did not. And I needed that. And yourself and Cherie loved on me and helped me to get back to health. So I want to say thank you. This bootstrapping room has touched lives in ways that you guys may never know. Far greater than just helping entrepreneurs get the skills. So I want to say thank you. I'm in such a better place today, feeling confident. I've got my voice back. I'm rocking. And I just want to say to you and Cherie, hey, you got a friend in me. You got your song. We're friends for life. I love you. And if there's anything that I can ever do now and in the future, you got it.
First of all, thank you. I appreciate that, Lori. I'm trying my best not to cry, and you got me. Here's the deal. What y'all do?
Because you know the dark pit I was in.
I know.
I'm not gonna share it.
But no, and I for obvious reasons. But let me say this, y'all. I will say this. Lori was in a place that most people don't come back from. Let me say that.
Yeah.
A highly successful, very popular, very revered woman was in a place through no fault of her own that most people do not bounce back from. And staying in Hotel Wong, getting a chance to meet your kids, your grandbaby. Y'all, she got 6 grown children. And each one of them have a song that she sings for them at certain times throughout their life. And it's their song. She came on here and made all of us as parents feel bad because we ain't had no song for our kids. You get what I'm saying, Jen? It's like, y'all jokers. Y'all need to give me a song. And she sent me one year for my birthday. If y'all can find that soundtrack, Chris. This is my song from her to me. You got a friend in me. Listen. You got a friend in I am not messing with y'all. Fade that to black, Chris. I'm right now. Hey, Lori, remember last year, it was last summer, not this past summer, but a year ago this past summer, we did a 3-week run on the road that prepared us to live abroad. And Cherie and I on purpose said, what would it look like for us to live on the road for the next 3 weeks? And we made several stops, several cities. One of them was Orlando to support you, Chris, and Monty at Podfest 2022. And what was crazy was when we went to Orlando, we could not go to Disney. And so I took me a picture in front of a life-size Woody, and I texted Lori and I said, "You got a friend in me, girl." Lori, I love you between your toes. I love the new things that are going in your life. I know that sounds nasty, but that's how my love is. My love is just nasty. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Listen, Lori, you're going to be at Bootstrap and Redefine, and in a business level, people need to understand the amazing things that you have done at Reflections of Trinity. Can you give them a quick insight as to the importance of them coming through, getting to take advantage of the fact that we're here in town?
Sure. So my name's Lori Wong, and I'm the founder and CEO of Reflections of Trinity. And we're a 501c3 nonprofit focused on alleviating hunger in the state of Georgia. We're located in the city of Powder Springs. And for the past 20 years, as a nonprofit and e-commerce business leader, I've dedicated my life to serving those in the margins with a clear focus on individuals and families experiencing food insecurity. So that's my elevator speech. For bootstrapping for the conference, I'm really going to focus on 4 things. I'm going to share some personal stories from my journey as a nonprofit leader. I'm going to hit you up with some facts about the economic value of a volunteer. Case in point, I'll show you that just by having a volunteer or a few volunteers give you 10 hours a week, it would add over $14,000 in economic value to your ministry. Just let that sink in for a minute. So I'm going to give you some facts about the economic value of a volunteer. Thirdly, I'm going to demystify some common assumptions, like discussing the difference between motivating and inspiring. Many people don't know the difference between the two. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the benefits. And then the bulk of my talk is going to be steps on how to be an inspirational leader. Even if you don't excel as a public speaker, which should be great news to my fellow introverts in the room. I'm going to give you some tools based on research that there are 4 personal traits that inspirational leaders can draw from, and talk a little bit about the Bain Research Institute, where I'm getting my facts. So those are the 4 areas that I'm going to touch on. And by the end of our talk, you'll definitely have some tools and a few steps on how to leverage leadership with volunteers.
No, listen, Lori, I appreciate that, because here's the thing, and Robin, I'm grateful that you're here, because what I realize is that you have not led until you have led volunteers.
That's correct.
When you lead people that don't have to show up because there's not a paycheck attached, you're doing something. So no, I can't wait.
That's correct. Now, you asked me about what we're doing at Reflections of Trinity.
Yes.
So just to give folks some perspective, Reflections of Trinity is 20 years old. We've been around for 20 years. And we're currently the largest partner agency with the Atlanta Community Food Bank. We feed over 7,500 individuals a month. And the volunteer base that we pull from on a weekly basis is between 100 volunteers on a very, very, very slow week to an average of 250 volunteers a week. So just to give you some stats.
She just saying. I mean, hashtag IJS. Listen, if you're a nonprofit organization and you're trying to figure out how to mobilize volunteers, and this is the other thing that she didn't say, I hope she will tap in. Lori has figured out how to create revenue that fuses into the nonprofit without having to have your hand out all the time.
Correct.
And Lori, I know a lot of nonprofits, but I don't know many people that do it at your level. It's brilliant. Christine is over here snickering. She knows. So if you guys want to tap into some of this brilliance on how this woman is able to raise money without asking people for it, every pastor on the planet should be at your session. Every nonprofit leader on the planet should be dialed in because you're doing something extraordinary. And I think that it needs to be talked about. Appreciate you, Lori.
Appreciate you, man. Love you and Cherie, and love the team. I think Rocky was the one that said it. It's bittersweet, but thank God that you did what you did. Thank God for the team that you put together and the lives that you've touched. I just want to say thank you.
No, it's my pleasure. That's why we jumped on Clubhouse. Let's go. Chris, what you got? We got Robin and then Tessie. I'm not sure what kind of time y'all are working with. Hopefully, Tessie, you are in town. But Robin, we're coming to you next. Come on, drop the beat for me, Chris.
To life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Show me how, decide what you want from me. Tell me maybe I could be there for you.
If you're in the building right now, you can say right now, where are you representing there? It's good to see so many of you guys. I'm going to do a roll call a little bit later on. Yeah, the show is ending. We're absolutely staying connected down there. If you have not already gone to the link at the top of the room, I need you to click that link. And there's some information there, guys, that you need to fill out. If you want to stay connected to the show and you want to figure out where we go next, I need you to do that. John showed you up. I'm just excited, my God. When we started this show, John, we weren't on TV, bro. We weren't on TV at all. And John and I, for those of you guys that don't know, you go ahead and start playing some music with. John and I go back to 2004. He was working at New Birth at the time, and he and I were counterparts for our respective ministries. And so when we brought a stage play to New Birth, he and I worked together a lot. Come to find out, we had a lot in common. And the crazy thing is, people thought we was brothers in real life.
Right. Exactly.
Remember when we was in Orlando?
Yeah.
And your man came up and said, "Hey man, let me ask you this, because your brother was telling me."
Yeah.
I was like, first of all, I don't have any brothers.
Excuse me.
Well, I do, but that's a whole nother story.
Excuse me.
He ain't here. And the crazy thing is, that man really thought that John was my brother.
Exactly.
John, you in the building, man, real quick, and we're gonna go to Robin real quick, but talk to people. How was your evening, bro?
My evening was good. I mean, we stepping up and getting ready for the conference. Y'all in my building. Y'all in Transforming Faith Church. Y'all in my building. So this is where the live studio is happening. I'm thankful to my pastor and my first lady. Let me just give you a quick story about it. My pastor and first lady. I met them while doing college ministry at New Birth, and I met them as they were students coming to New Birth, and I was their assigned van driver for that particular campus. And so I've known them since they've been 17 and 18 years old. Well, now circles come around. Lady Robin and I worked together at New Birth, and she worked in a particular area, and I always just been fond of them both. And then God called her husband, Lee May, to pastor his own church. And he gave me a call, and I jumped right on because I just believe in him. So we've been together some 27, 28 years. And now we are in the building that God gave us. And so it's a full circle. So they are no longer my little brother, little sister affectionately. They are now my pastor and first lady, and always my friend. So yeah, I'm in the building. We're in the building. I saw Val Mackey as I was coming in. He was going out. Lori Wong doing her thing. And I just like to love to introduce my favorite person, Lady Robin May. She's in the building. This is a sacrifice. She gets up she came on the show.
I know.
And I appreciate it. And some other Transformers are on here. Chris Etheridge, I saw Mike Green, a couple other people, my sister. So people are jumping in the building, and I'm appreciative.
I see your hand, Rocky. I see you loud and clear. There's so many moving parts. It is hard for Rocky to hold her mule. I understand. Rocky, do you have a very tight timeline, or do you have to go to the bathroom?
I'm going to go. I have to go at 8:30, but I just want to know where John is, because I don't know who that skinny brother is at the table with you guys, because he is looking the hell good. Okay. I just had to say that.
Look. If you ain't watching TV,
looking good.
Cherie, this is what dropping. How many pounds is it, John?
I'm up to 60 now.
This is what 60 pounds later looks like. Y'all give my brother a hand. He's killing the game, Gardy. Hey, Gardy, your uncle is representing over here. We coming to you, Gardy.
Listen, I got Kim's sweater from the New Black Wall Street, the Negro Baseball League. So I said, let me just go and represent everybody.
Right.
So we in
right.
There. But I bought it last year. It was an extra large, and I couldn't get in it.
But you kept it.
But because I knew where I was going.
Because you knew what? What?
I knew where I was going.
We're not gonna let him drop. What you can't do is give Mike, John the mic. That's what you can't do. Ladies and gentlemen, my new friend met this lady years ago. I started following her. She was making an incredible impact. When we lived in Atlanta, I would hear her on the radio with Katie Bowe. I would hear her on Frank Ski's show being introduced as a therapist. Always had a high level of appreciation for the value that she brought to the table. I knew of her husband more so because his line brother and I worked really closely on Hallelujah, a comedy experience. And I got a chance to meet her face to face earlier this year, and she's the real deal. When I was looking for a person who could hold down a keynote on the second day and open up for this event, I went to John and said, John, I need a specific female. I need a woman who can do this. He was like, hands down, that's Robin May. That's exactly what he said. And I said, say less. I said, do you think we can get her? He was like, yeah, coach, I think we can. Yeah, I know her for real. I said, okay. And Robin, you said yes. Robin, May, y'all put your hands together. Woo! What's up, lady?
Hello. Y'all have me. Listen. I don't get hyped at 7-something in the morning. Y'all have me hyped at 7-something in the morning. And so I am super excited. Thank you for having me.
Listen, Robin, your energy is contagious. And to meet you is to understand that. It's electrifying. When I pulled up on the parking lot we got in town last weekend, I was riding by y'all, and I said, hey, Slick. And she looked up because she knew, hey, wait, I am Slick. I don't know who he thinks. She thought I was John.
That's what I am.
Robin, can you let people know?
I thought it was John.
I know it.
Hey. And he was like, you don't even see who this is. I said, I thought you were my brother John, but you're my new brother. How about that?
Hey, Rob, I tell people all the time, I ain't messing with Drake or DJ Khaled talking about no new friends. They need a therapist. You hear me?
That's what they need me. Do you hear me? Let me tell you, I want everybody to know I'm super excited. When I tell you I am hyped, I'm super, super excited. It's almost like I am on the sideline saying, put me in the game, coach, because I cannot wait to share the nuggets that I have for all of you, because I'm coming from a very unique perspective. I didn't intend to come from this perspective, but I am really coming from the perspective of combining my clinical expertise as a licensed therapist for over 15 years and my spiritual sensitivity to help leaders understand what it means to develop leaders. Now, listen, I am going to leave you with some practical strategies. But I just want to go ahead and pre-warn you that you are about to be sitting on my therapy couch, and all you have to do is pay for your virtual ticket. You just got to pay for your virtual ticket, and I'm about to sit you on my virtual couch because there are some mindset shifts that are required if you are going to call yourself somebody that develops leaders. And so I'm going to share from a very solid clinical perspective to help you make the shift necessary to develop those who've been assigned to you.
And that's why she's here.
That's why she's in the room. Let me say, last week we had our leadership meeting for the ministry here, and all the pastoral team shared, but Lady Robin actually shared. She was the facilitator. This is what she does. This is what she does. She don't play with it. When I tell you, it was a nice wreck. It was a nice wreck, though. It was a place of transparency and awareness that allowed us to become vulnerable in a place that you normally won't be vulnerable, and it began to break open some things. So I am hoping when people buy their virtual ticket, and they look, if you still want the day pass, that still can go down for $79.99. You can still come through and actually meet her and meet Christine and all of them. They got books and all that. I know they didn't come empty-handed because her husband is Sean Son. And so with that being said, when you hear her, she has this compassion of a therapist, but she got a heart of a lioness that will rip you to pieces, but then she will build you back as God.
Listen.
Build it. So let's get it, Lady Robin.
Robin May, he's setting it up.
I cannot wait. Listen, I am really, really serious. John said, I don't play about transformation. And we think that transformation is a cute process. Transformation is a dramatic change. You cannot expect to be transformed and stay the same. That doesn't even make sense. And so transformation means being able to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth about you so that you can be who you were meant to be. That's not a pretty process. It's a necessary one, and I'm going to be there to hold your hand through it.
Yeah. If you haven't gotten your virtual ticket, please don't play yourself, as they would say back in the day. See, you played yourself. That's my DJ Khaled coming. See, you played yourself. Tessie, you are in the building. Y'all, Tessie is a whole vibe. When I heard her talk for the first time on Clubhouse, she was in a room, Jen, talking about her experience working in a female prison and how things went left, Christine, with the inmates. And she had to show up as a leader and put this thing back together in such a way that it cared for everybody involved. She runs a whole organization. She's killing the game in the West Palm Beach area of Florida. She is connected to all of the people, all of the things. And I'm super honored that she decided to jump in this mix and bring her wisdom to the table. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss Tessie Watts. Tessie! What up?
Hey, Coach. Oh my gosh, you guys are so hyped. And I'm still trying to get myself ready to get on this plane.
Love it, Tess. Do me a favor, give people a little sneak peek as to what they get when they pull up and they sit in your session.
Yeah, well, good morning, everyone. Again, I'm Tessie Watts. My company is the Leadership Haven Resource Center, where we co-power organizations and leaders with transformational leadership solutions. I am excited to be a part of this conference. Anytime you say leadership, I'm your girl. I'm there for it. I believe in it. And Coach, I want to say that one of the things that drove me to this platform with you, and only literally you and Rocky are like the only two people I actually follow on Clubhouse, to be honest. But one of the things I wanted to share is that your transparency is what drew me to this platform, to this page here. And you were so transparent in the beginning about your leadership struggles and about the way you approach things. And I kept saying, man, this guy's just talking. Like, he cannot be this transparent. He cannot be this real. Then you had your girl, your queen, backing you up, Cherie. And she's like, yeah, backing you. I was like, man, this guy is the real deal. And I was like, wow. And then you just built this amazing team. And I am a team girl. I love, like I say, having an amazing team that works with me through my family, through my friends, through my counterparts. So I value team dynamics to the core. So I am excited to just be in the room with all of you, to just see you guys, to hug you guys, to say thank you for what you have done for me, what you have done for my business, what you have done for my mindset since joining this room. And I've definitely scaled at a level, and most people's like, oh, well, you scale because you grew your business, but I really grew my impact. And I think this room, I'm almost sure, I'm confident that this room had a lot to do with how I grew my impact in my community, in my family, in my home, and just personally to myself, how I'm impacting even my own life. So I am excited to be there to talk with all the amazing leaders about leading with strengths, using the SWOT analysis to build a strategic advantage. And we're going to break it down. We're going to start with what it means to lead with strengths. Then we're going to move into a tool that you can use, which is a SWOT analysis that helps you get a strategic advantage. But here's the thing. I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but I don't care how many tools you have, how many strategies you have. If you don't have the right mindset connected to those strategies, it's not going anywhere. So we're going to have to discuss your mindset. And I apply a mindset to every strategy that I incorporate, everything that I've learned from a coach, from anyone. Tessie, what is the mindset that you're taking into that strategy? And so we're going to dive deep into that in the time that I'm given to discuss. I want it to be an open forum. I want persons to be able to engage, to talk, give me real life examples. Let me give to you what God has given to me. And I remember my girl Rocky, she said a while back, she said, if you don't know what your why is, she said, just serve. I remember her saying that, and it just stuck with me. So I'm coming to serve according to my own gifts, my talents that God has given me. I'm coming to serve, to give you guys everything that's in me. And I am just excited to be there. And here's the thing. I co-power, which means that I'm there to empower you while you empower me. So we're in this co-powerment movement. So be ready to pour into me, because I'm going to definitely be ready to receive. So Coach, I'm so excited to see you guys in a couple of hours.
Listen, y'all put your hands together. I'm excited. Gardy is in the building. Rocky is here. Chris is here. The whole team is here. John and Christine and Jen. Y'all, these last 30 minutes, I want to make it about our journey. We talked all morning about bootstrapping. It goes down October 13th and 14th. Jen, Christine, I want y'all to hop in because they are very much a part of this. Jen is the only person that has spoken, that's on stage at each and every bootstrapping event. There's a reason for that. Fundamentally, she's probably the most prolific systems person I've ever met. When I tell you she eats and breathes and sleeps this stuff, I need y'all to understand that within the first 18 months of Clubhouse, my company generated more than 6 figures of brand new business because of Jen's mindset, because of her leadership, and because of her willingness to step to me and say, Coach, this is what you're doing wrong, and this is what you need to do. She's my teammate. She is very much a part of the fabric of the back end of my business. And she's trained even our virtual assistants to be able to think differently. She's more than a virtual assistant. She's a systems analyst. She's a manager of how to move things from an automated standpoint. Her wisdom is the reason why Cherie and I could move to Panama. When people look at us and they say, how do you drop out for 6 weeks? How do you take a 6-week sabbatical and not touch your business at all and still make money? Jen, her mindset, her constantly being in Cherie's ear about what we need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my sister from another mister, and we got the same father. Y'all do the math on that. Jennifer J. What up? See? Come on, like
what? Yeah, so I'm just
excited to be here and sad because this is our last show. But just from my journey, right, from the very, very first time I even met John and saw Coach in person and at the first bootstrapping, to be able to move from a place where I didn't feel like I was enough. I didn't feel like I was who I am. I knew I was good at what I did, but I didn't believe it. And so the transformation, as Robin says, that I've come through just by being on the show and hearing the different things that we need to change as mindset, the way we need to think, the things we need to do, help me evolve into the person I am today, to where I know there is no one who can do systems like I can. There is no competition. Bob talked about competition. I don't have competition because you can't compete with me. And I know that for a fact. So that's where I am. Now, what am I going to teach? What are you going to walk away with? How to utilize your systems as a leader. It's just little simple things. On the way over here, I was thinking of a TikTok, and I'm going to give you guys this tip. Just from a leadership standpoint, if you have a receptionist, instead of having a receptionist take a phone call, have a receptionist take that phone call message, but put that into automation so that it goes to the person it's supposed to go to and remind them, right? Why am I talking about that? Because I called 3 businesses last week that I needed to do business with, and they never got back to me, right? Receptionist took the message. Where's my phone call? But by the time you get around to calling me, I've moved on to someone else. And that's the evolution of business today.
Yes.
No one has the patience to wait. So we need to leverage automation in all of our businesses, no matter what you're doing, to be able to make sure that you make the impact, you keep the revenue, and you can continue to move on into the future of technology.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
Wow. I love it. Y'all put your hands together. If you haven't bought your virtual ticket yet, I don't know what you're doing. And Jen, to your point, it is that ability to put this thing on, to some degree, an autopilot, because we're doing too many things to remember it all.
Yes.
And that's just the way it is. I want to dip over to Christine real quick, John. It's funny because one of the things that I love about Christine is that the very first time that we did a bootstrapping event, this was before Clubhouse, y'all. I put so we have a program called the MMC. And what y'all don't know is that the MMC has been restructured completely. We're going to talk about that this weekend. And Christine was one of the first people that came to a live MMC event that became what y'all now know to be bootstrapping business and ministry. We did in person right before the pandemic what we have been able to leverage virtually. Christine was the first person to sign up, and that was 3 years ago. I have watched this woman evolve to places, and I know coaches ain't supposed to have favorites, but she's mine.
That's right.
And I gotta say it out loud. And Gardy, it's from this standpoint. When you coach somebody that don't need a lot, all they need to know is the direction and the game plan. And they're talented enough to execute everything you said. And more importantly, they trust you. They get to do things like Christine. She's going to tell you the numbers. Before I came into her life, before the MMC came in her life, before Cherie and I began adding value to not only her, but her husband and their entire community, she was at one place. 3 years later, she's at another place, and she's on the stage for the 2nd year in a row to teach you guys what it looks like to show up and to own your time. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my friend, my girl, Christine Meredith songs. Come on, girl.
Hey. I am so excited to be in Atlanta. It's a whole thing for me. Boot and all, I'm excited to be in Atlanta. But I want to give you all just a little backstory, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm going to be speaking about this weekend. So yes, I came to the MMC 3 years ago, stalk coach for a year before I walked through those doors because I wanted to make sure we were a good fit. And that's one thing that you have to do as a business owner. You have to make sure that whoever's leading you, they got the receipts to show. And coach definitely had those receipts. So when I started my business or started being under the leadership, I had 18 classes. Now we're up to 24 classes in our studio, over 100 students in our studio. We're going to walk into a brand new building because of that as well. When I started in MC and on Clubhouse, I was not an author. I did not understand my voice. I knew I had one, but I did not understand my voice. And I did not know that I had something to say that would impact the world. Yep, I said the world, not just the DMV, not just my peeps, but the entire world, right? But now I am a 3-time author. Why am I a 3-time author? Because I have a voice to impact the world, and it is impacting.
Right.
So 5 more books yesterday that I didn't advertise a thing, but once I do begin to ramp up my advertising and my marketing, y'all best believe I will be on the #1 bestsellers list. New York Times, Amazon, whatever,
Right.
Barnes and Noble,
Right.
all the things, because I put my mind to it. So let me tell you who I am. I am a mom. I am a wife of 26 years, mom of 4, dance studio owner of over 100 students with 8 people as staff in that I run here from Atlanta, and I'm from the DMV, right? I am also a caregiver to my father, also a business owner alongside my husband with Psalms Enterprises, and a 3-time author, as I said. How do I do all of that and I don't burn out? I am not stressed. I got a boot on my leg that's going to be here for about 2.5 more months, but I am doing a daggone thing, and I am not tired. I look amazing. How do I look amazing? Because I know how to take time out for me. So this weekend, we're going to be talking about leadership fatigue. A couple of things that I want to mention. I'm not going to give you all the nuggets because you got to be here. You got to get the virtual ticket to get these nuggets. I'm going to talk about Monday morning leadership. Y'all talk about Monday morning quarterbacking, but we're going to talk about Monday morning leadership because you're so daggone tired, because you're so stressed, because you're so frustrated. You're trying to catch up. You're trying to redo the mistakes you made because you're being tired. We're also going to talk about the distortion mindset, or leading in a distorted mindset because you're so burnt out and you cannot focus straight because you have no idea how to pause, because you think you're going to lose your coins and you're going to lose your business if you don't answer every single phone call, every single email at the time that it occurs. So that's just the nuggets of what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to be able to propel you and give you applicable steps in order to propel your business forward without breaking a sweat.
Coach, everyone is saying there's
Coach, I need y'all to put your hands together. Really,
there's no sound.
This is going to be
Coach,
an amazing
there's no sound.
run.
No sound.
For those of you guys, was that Rocky?
Yeah, there's no sound on Clubhouse.
There's no sound on Clubhouse.
There was no sound on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear Rocky on Clubhouse.
Okay. So Rocky, it sounds like it might be just you. Anybody
No,
else?
it's other people in the chat saying it. It's not just me.
Okay. Well, James, if you guys can kind of troubleshoot that and figure that out, I'm not sure what it is.
They said they could hear on Clubhouse.
It was off for a while. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the update, Rock.
I love the live shows just for that reason. Like, I'm glad we don't get frazzled. It's business. This is what happens. I went to June the 22nd through the 25th up in DMV. Christine M. Psalms had to deal with something on the spot. We're dealing with something here, right here on the spot. I actually now love to lean into those things. So before I used to cringe. So it's all about the troubleshoot. It's about, are you willing to troubleshoot? And there's nothing perfect. So once you let go of that mindset, then we're gonna be all right. But I need people like Rocky to say, can't hear. Yep. Marsha was like, hey, there's a buzz. I say, hey, look, I forwarded to James. If we can do something, we can.
Yep.
What's not gonna stop is the show though, because we here.
John, let me say this real quick. And to that point, when you talk about leadership fatigue and when you talk about Monday morning leadership, I learned a long time ago, everything rises and falls on leadership. What most entrepreneurs don't know, and this is something I'm going to share and give some in-depth knowledge about, is that there is a reason why y'all can move independently of me and I not get frazzled, fried, and burnt up. There's a level of trust in this room,
right,
because of what you bring to the table as an individual. So as a team lead or as a leader, my job is to recruit the best in people. But here's the problem, John. Most people don't know how to get out of people their best, because the truth of the matter is they've not gotten the best out of themselves.
Exactly. It's perfect. James and I want, the executive producer between you and Cherie and James. Listen, James tells me all the time, he said, when you love yourself better, you'll love better. And so I've been inspired by Christine this year with these shirts. So I have a shirt coming out saying, I love better when I'm loved better.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that's what I'm finding out.
That's
It's
good.
not the people that help you love better. I am loving better because I love myself better.
See, and this is where even scripture talking about loving your neighbor
as what?
As who? Yourself.
Yourself.
So let's reverse that real quick. The reason you can't love your neighbor is because you don't what?
Really
love
yourself.
Yep.
I wish I had my sound effects. That's what listen. Where my
that transformative mindset, which is, I'm hearing leadership, but now what I'm starting to hear as an undergird, as a support, is transformation.
Facts.
And in order to be an effective, well-rounded, holistic leader, there has to be some transformative behavior and your mindset to allow you to accept what you need to do as a leader to then impact and then share with your other leaders. Because what I'm hoping we're doing is we're not just hiring people. I hope what we're doing is really influencing other leaders to come work alongside with us. I'll share something personally. James and I, about a month and a half ago, we call Trey Mendes. We started talking personally to ourselves, and we called Trey one day and said, "Hey Trey, do you have a couple minutes?" And Trey, in his natural fashion, you don't know if Trey is 1,000 hot or 1,000 cold below. He just sits right here in the middle. He's like, "Yeah, what's going on?" And I said, "Hey, one of the speakers came on Bootstrap this morning talking about legacy, and I have children, and James has children." Well, I asked Trey, I felt like God was leading me to have him be legacy of Kona Ice, and James said the same thing of KBCN, because he has been one that we prayed for. We have poured into him, and he has not sat on it. He has literally multiplied, and he has the spirit. And if I were to transition today, I know my daughters and the business will be in good hands because he has the heart of family and legacy. So that part of leadership, we've done what we were supposed to do.
Absolutely.
We have taught, we have shared, we have poured in, and we have the tenants, but he gets to run it the way he desires, because God has another vision. Can change, but the mission can't.
Let me jump in right there, John, because one of the things, as I'm looking at Rocky and I'm looking at Gardy, one of the things that I've watched you do over the span of this show is evolve and change. When we started the show, you were in New York with your parents. You were going back and forth to Richmond to be with your son whenever it was important. While working a 9 to 5 out of the house, and virtually, you were building a business and a platform, bro. And because you and I have history together, I watched you evolve in ways that has made me ridiculously proud of how you did it, with the integrity by which you did it, being true to you while you're doing it. Can you talk to people a little bit about transformation, and why is it important to get into rooms like this full of people? And I think about Kendall and those grandation me, those 5 o'clock calls and all of that kind of stuff where you and I met. Like, can you talk to people about the importance of that and how you've been able to now relocate to a whole new city in the Midwest, travel internationally when you feel like it, and be a part of so many different things? Come on, talk to us, bro.
Oh man, that's quite an introduction over there, Glenn. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. But when I think about all those things, and going back to G-Man, I think it's just like exposure. Exposure to other people that's moving at maybe like a higher level than what I'm used to, and just seeing like how to move, having the discipline. Because now a lot of my friends, they tell me that like I'm the most disciplined person that they know, and I'm like, you just don't know. Like I was getting up 5 o'clock calls, in running groups, people running, lifting weights, doing just a whole lot more than I was doing. And I think that showed me kind of like that's what the example was. That was what the standard was. So I think just having that exposure, having that mentorship, and knowing like what needs to be done, and kind of just realizing now that the space that I'm in, there's always room to grow. It's never like you just join one mentorship, you join one community. There's always like levels that you could actually grow to. And I think what G-Man did, and even be involved with you guys on Clubhouse, it brings a completely different perspective, just branding and energy and how we move. Because now when I'm in these other rooms, I'm completely different from everybody else. I have like a lane to be able to like brand myself and stand out, is because of some of the things that I learned here. And in the other rooms that I'm in is like, they haven't done this kind of work. A lot of it is just, like business work. But I could firmly say that like being involved with G-Man, being involved with you guys, like doing the inner work, it makes a difference. And, as I'm growing as a business owner, I've learned that, your personal life and your business life got to be aligned. You can't be one way here and then another way here. You're gonna be able to hit a ceiling. So I think taking the time to understand myself, in business and what I can do, where I'm at, when I'm capacity, where I got to be able to step back so I don't get burnt out. It says, like it says a lot. So anybody who is listening to this, I would, strongly encourage to, get in a room where you could have some space to grow, being around some mentorship, and most importantly, learning from other people. There's going to be some ups and downs from everybody. And I think that serves as like, I learned from Christine, I learned from John in person, so there's lessons to be learned just by like watching other people. And I think that's what I needed, like in the beginning. I needed to just like sit back and see how like things are done. That's my personality style. I need to see steps 1 through 10 before I take step 1. So, but just being around other people, man, I think that's important. So that's what I have.
Yeah, man. One of the things that I want you guys to jump in, Rocky, Chris, raise your hand. Let me know if y'all want to chime in on this. The word is transformation. This conference is going to transform you. Let me speak into you for a second. There's some of you guys who are going to come through this weekend, and you will be able to backdate to this weekend and say, there was a word that Jennifer shared. There was a thing that Christine showed me that changed the trajectory of how I now show up. I can promise you that. And the reason why is because I'm a product of that. Need y'all to hear me. For those of you guys who have been in the room, maybe you've been in the room for 2 months or 2 years. Can you put the number in the chat? You've been in the room how long? 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. What's the number? Put it in the chat. And here's what I'd also like to hear. And I want y'all to speak into this as we begin to come to a close. Morning show, mods, transformative moments over the last 2.5 years. Give me something. Yeah. Let's run around the room real quick. John, come on.
Yeah, just real quick, and because I want to hear from Rocky and Chris, because Rocky, you look fabulous. I mean, you look absolutely fabulous. And Chris, man, I'm not gonna miss that sweet Jesus haircut.
Not gonna miss it.
I'm not gonna miss it.
Baby Jesus is in the building.
Listen.
Not gonna miss it at all.
When Cherie and Glenn decided to do the conference in Atlanta, we looked at several venues. It is not coincidence that now God picked the venue, and the name of my church is Transforming Faith Church. That's not by accident. Transformative for me, being able to be transparent without being vulnerable. Being able to be transparent without being vulnerable. And what I mean by that, because I never felt any condemnation from any of you guys in my most transparent moment. And so that has taught me how to be, not to absorb what people are going through, but to empathize and to sympathize, have sympathy through it, but to only absorb those things that I needed for me so that I could be a better person. I have transformed my mindset so that I wanted to be a better husband, better father, better friend, better brother. And I think I have accomplished that. And I think, and I know it's because of this journey, this ride. And so I leave this sector of our chapter a better man because I've been in the presence of transformative people. So that's mine.
We're talking transformation. We're going to go to our team on the screen. Chris, Rocky, Gardy, Cherie is now on screen in that order. Transformative moment over the last 2.5 years that we've been rocking. Talk to us, Chris.
Yeah, man. I think this is crazy. As long as we've been rocking, I think the biggest one for me was when y'all all came to Orlando to support me and Monty. Like that's like, yo, my family ain't jumped on a plane or got in a car to come see me speak, DJ, nothing. So like for y'all to just be like, yeah, let's do it. Like it's nothing. Like it wasn't even like a we got to make money while we do. It wasn't even like a let's throw an event or something. It was just like, yeah, let's go support. And I was like, oh yeah, for real, y'all coming? Because even in that, right, and even in the beginning, it's like, okay, cool. And then y'all was like, no, we got flights, tickets booked, like rooms. John's like, oh yeah, we already got a spot there. Like we come see us. And I'm like, oh, so this is what love and family, friendship that turns the family looks like. And so that was a big moment for me, man. I appreciate y'all.
Rocky, don't you start crying. I will be right behind you.
Okay. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna tell you. So I'm just gonna flow. It's gonna happen. It's a thing. For me, it is family. I have a family, but we are very disconnected. So for me, you guys are my family. You've been through everything from me being in a toxic job to me leaving a toxic job to supporting me in teaching. You've been through all my car wraps, all my piercings, all my tattoos. You've been there for my kids. I've met, in person. My transformative moment was the bootstrapping event when you allowed me to MC. And I think in that moment, I realized like, this is my family. I got to hug Nix. I got to see you guys. I got to like touch you and, wrap my arms around you and hang out and drink and dance and like all these things that, that family's meant to. I'm sad the show is ending, but I'm very excited that I can go see you guys whenever I want to. Like I can get up and like I went to Christine's event and I see you and Cherie. We go to dinner. I'm about to see her Sunday, hopefully. I can fly to Atlanta and know that I can go see John or Jen or, Chris is right around the corner. I don't know where Gardy is, but I can find him and fly there too when I get a passport. But this is what family looks like. And it's the support for me. I was very upset when you said the show was going to end because I was immediately scared. Like, oh my God, like my family's like gone. But really it's not. It brings us closer because we do have amazing things coming up. I'm excited about it. And I'm going to make a point to see you guys. If you know me, you have a stalker for life because I love you all. So
for life.
Listen, Gardy, transformative moment in the last 2.5. Gardy, you've been here since day one. Yeah. You came over to the MAPS community when we were running the singles community. And you came there from Grindation. We got to work there. And then when we shut that community down because we had served them well. And then we transitioned to Clubhouse and you came over and you rocked out. And now I'm watching your Instagram grow like wildfire, bro. consistently showing up every Wednesday night for the show that you do
Yes.
with Stephanie, and y'all are doing an amazing job. Transformative moment for you over the last 2.5 years, bro. Come on, talk to me.
Man, I definitely appreciate it. And I think all of this stuff helped me out to be able to do that show on Instagram. And, you know, when Stephanie and I got started, we didn't even know, you know, it was going to turn out to something like this. And, you know, we did 78 Wednesdays in a row consecutively. We never missed a single Wednesday, no matter if I was out the country or not. You know, we still committed to all of this. And one thing that showed me that was like powerful is that, you know, just starting, not having, you know, some type of plan or anything like that. We figured this stuff out like week by week. And then now we have people, you know, like knocking on our DMs, asking to be guests. You know, we were struggling to find people to come on, and now we're almost booked for all of November, and people just knock on our door, say, hey, can I come on the show? And I'm just like, dang, this is getting easy now. This is getting too easy now. And we noticed that some people in the real estate space and, you know, credit space, now they're going live and stuff. But, you know, Stephanie and I, we kind of, you know, branded ourselves in a way that like stood out. So, you know, it just shows that, you know, you never know what can be done if you just stay consistent. It's opened up a lot of opportunities, you know, just pushing content and things like that. And also it allows us that now when we go to networking events, we can say like, we have a weekly show. We want to invite you as a guest, you know, and people go to our page, they can see our content, and it's like they automatically want to come on because now there's some type of value exchange for us. So, you know, I'm just grateful to be in this space. I'm sure Stephanie feels the same way too, for us to be able to leverage this stuff together to continue to grow. So, you know, I am also sad that this show is ending, but, you know, we still here. I'm still going to be in the chat. I may, you know, be in the background doing my thing, but I'll pay attention to what's going on. I see y'all.
I love it, Gardy. He affectionately is known as the youngest in charge. And I promise you right now, the boys handle his business. Cherie, you are in the building. You made it on video. Y'all, let's give my wife a round of applause. This Marine right here, nothing stops her. Cherie, I got to say this. You were my first coach. And 25 years ago almost, when you and I began to connect, it was in the space of serving. So even prior to getting married, we got to know each other in a place of being on teams, serving something bigger than us. Transformative moment, because you wasn't trying to come on with us live when we started this joint 2.5 years, more than 2.5. You was like, boy, y'all crazy. I'm not getting up that early. My sleep is more valuable than getting on with y'all. But then you switch gears and now we can't get rid of you, even though you scheduled surgery on that ankle in the morning. You right here. Come on, talk to me, babe.
Yeah, this is definitely a bittersweet moment. This room has meant a lot to me. Like you said in the beginning, when you guys first started the show, I wasn't coming on partially because I don't get up in the morning. But also I was in a very dark place. I was in a very dark place emotionally. The pandemic had me in a really dark place. Coming into this room, becoming a part of the Mod Squad gave me life. The relationships that I've built with my family here on stage has given me life. The biggest transformation for me was me finding me again. Me being able to be my random, goofy self, not feel judged, feeling completely and totally loved by my new family. Although this room has been about business, I honestly believe that the impact on people personally is what's impacted their business. This room has always been more about the person than the business. That's the way Glenn and I have always flowed. It's always been about the person, because if you're not good as a person, I don't care what you're doing in your business, it's not going to matter.
And so for me, the friendships, the I'm not even gonna say friendships, the family that I've gained 3 sisters, Christine, Jen, and Rocky. Rocky's my sister daughter, so she got 2 roles. My brothers, Chris, Gardy, and I do have a favorite, guys. I'm sorry, but John is my favorite. That's my boy. um, but the relationships that have been built here have been the biggest transformation for me. I've transformed as a friend. I struggled with friendships all my life. And this is the first time in my life I can honestly say I have solid friendships that are mutual. And that means more to me than anything else. I appreciate everyone that comes in this room, that has come in this room over the past 3 years. It's because of you guys showing up that we knew that we were making an impact. This was never about money. It was about us truly impacting people and being able to make people better. And seeing you guys come in week after week, day after day, showed us that we were doing something right, that you were getting something from it. I pray that this was not just entertainment. I pray that you actually walk away with something and are able to take away something of value for your time being spent here. And like I said, I'm gonna miss the show. I'm not gonna miss getting up this early in the morning. But also I'm not gonna miss my people because we gonna stay connected. We still got stuff we working on. We got things in the background. So I love you guys. I appreciate you all. And this has been a great run.
Come on, y'all give Sheree a hand.
I know she did.
And I'm
I know she did.
Christine, come on.
No, that's my sister.
Yeah.
This is the first woman I saw that stood up for husbands and men.
Say that again, John.
Sheree A. Brooks Jr. was the first woman that I saw stand up for husbands and men in my whole life. She didn't go with the status quo that the woman was always right. And she didn't mind checking anyone. And when I mean check, I never saw her mean check anybody, or her truth checked you. And you can feel her sincerity. And to the day I go, that's my sister. So yeah.
No, I the ladies in our MAPS community says in Cherie, they have a Cherie app.
Yeah, I believe it.
And Jen, it's like, and Rocky, you know, Christine, y'all already know, Cherie is a champion of right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So when we coach couples, she's on the side of right.
And truth, whether you want to hear it or not.
Yeah. Say it again, Jen.
Truth, whether you want to hear it or not.
And because of that, people have a ridiculous amount of respect for her because, sisters, she will check you and let you know you don't get to treat your husband or your man like that.
That's right.
And expect out of him excellence. Brothers,
yeah,
she will step to you. Sometimes I'll be in the back channels on a Zoom call saying, Sheree, now be careful. That's a whole grown man. I need you to be careful. Because the Marine will come to the table and say, brother, I understand this, not here to castrate you, but I'm going to tell you this. You don't get to talk to her like that.
Correct.
And expect excellence. Y'all, she practices on me.
Right.
So at this particular point, when I say she's my first coach, I am not joking. Jen and then Christine. And then I want to go to the chat. That's why I asked you guys to put in a transformative moment over the time that you've been here. Give me one. We're going to scroll the chat both here on Clubhouse and on KBCN TV. Load up the chat because we're almost done. This is the last show, Jen. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah. So my transformative moment is not even my own. My transformative moment is my daughter's. At the last bootstrapping, I saw something in her that for her to be vulnerable with people she doesn't know. And I told John this, I said, my daughter doesn't like people. He was like, I can't tell that because she is very personable when you meet her, but she has to be comfortable. And her journey in life has been like Cherie said, she has had some dark moments that I never even knew about. But for her to get in a room with people that she doesn't know and open up her truth, not only for herself, I watched her impact YB. That I can never, ever, ever take that moment away from her, but it impacted me. That was my transformative moment, because it let me know that this is not just about us. It's about our families. It's about our children. It's about our parents. That is my transformative moment, for just being around all of you guys, and how even Crystal poured into her. I could never ask for anything. Being a single mother, trying to raise these girls myself, is hard. And so when you get people who embrace them and help them, now I'm about to cry. When you get people who help and embrace your kids,
I love it.
It's everything, man. Y'all have no idea my journey. But that, between that and this man right here, hands down, I could not, never saw any of this coming. But that's my transformative moment, and I'm not going to move on.
She hugs me. Taylor is one of our operators for Taylor and Diamond, specifically Taylor because Diamond is in school. Taylor is a wonderful, dynamite young lady, and she lets me father her, coach her, discipline her, and she has taken it in stride. And I tell her all the time, I love on her. And she told me, she said, Uncle John, she said, I receive it because you love me and you discipline me. You're just not on me. And she has blossomed. It's amazing.
John, let me say this, and before we go to Christine, that's the DNA of who all of us are.
Right.
So even when I started our room on Clubhouse, we called this real lessons, right? On purpose. The goal was to give people the behind the scenes stuff that they generally don't get, right? For a bunch of reasons. So I want you guys to understand that's the DNA of who we are. That's why I want to hear from you guys who are in the chat right now. I appreciate you guys. We created a space so that folks can feel seen, heard, and felt. And I can guarantee you this, that's where transformation becomes possible. Christine, talk to me. Most transformative moment over the last 2.5 years.
I'm going to do my best to keep it together, but the most, so here it is. I'm not going to use all the eloquent words. You all, the room, this show has allowed me to grow as a leader without judgment. Leaders are not allowed to grow. We're supposed to just have it, period. We're supposed to just be, right? Is when you walk into that entrepreneurship, when you own your own business, when you turn that key and you walk in that door, you're supposed to just know it all by osmosis, right? But this show, Glenn, John, James, Cherie, Jen, Rocky, Gardy, Chris, Monty, when YB was on here, you all have allowed me to grow without judgment. You've allowed me to be transparent without judgment. My transparency has allowed others to shift. I think about Renee, she's come through my coaching program. I think about Rocky, he's come through my coaching program. You've allowed me to be transparent without transparency, without judgment, so that I can begin to help transform other people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I love about us. When I walk into this Clubhouse room, and there are hundreds, probably thousands of Clubhouse rooms that happen on a daily basis. You look at these moderators, and yep, I'm throwing shade. Don't care. I'm not coming back. You look at these. That's my, and you allow Frank to be here too. But I walk into those rooms and they give you the appearances that they got it all together, but they don't. But guess what? It's okay that you don't have it all together because I'm here to grow. So yeah, I'm a moderator. I got the little red, green, whatever they call this thing, green bean, whatever, but I'm allowed to grow as you grow. I think about Tessie. Tessie said the other day, I don't come on stage because you and Cherie always dropping gems. Yeah, we all are doing this.
Right.
But we get to do it together. So that's what I love. That's what I'm going to miss. Yeah. I'm going to miss those times when we see these people. Think about Marsha when she first passed through, when she said that's broke.
Right.
But she has transformed herself, and I've seen her evolve as well. So that's what I love. I'm going to miss coming into the room, of course. Not going to miss the early mornings. And I'm not going to miss y'all because y'all not going anywhere.
Right.
We're not going nowhere.
Right.
So I hope you all stay connected to us because what we're getting ready to do is going to blow all y'all minds.
Speaking of which, real quick, if you haven't clicked the link at the top of the room on Clubhouse, make sure you do that. There is a form that will allow you to fill out and just give us your information so that you can stay connected to what we're doing. When we're doing it, you'll be the first to know. It's going to involve live events. There are opportunities that John is working on. It's going to involve things international. There's a reason we moved to Panama, and I'm working on some stuff. And all I'm saying is if you don't have your passport, you tripping, and you about to miss out. Cherie, I'm telling them, they have no idea. If you don't have your passport, get it, because you're about to miss out. Rocky, you got your hand up. Come on.
Get ready to go. So, boy, Rock.
Yeah, I have to go, you guys. I have an appointment to go to at 9:00. So I just want to tell you all that I love you, and I wish I could be there. My daughter's homecoming is this weekend, so I can't leave her because she. She's a teen. So I just love you all. Be blessed. And I will be connected. Stalker life. Hashtag Frank Jr. Hashtag
Tech Thursday was a thing. And you made it famous, Rocky. We love you. All right, guys, really quickly, let's go to the chat. And then we're going to finish. We're going to wrap the show. Let's scroll all the way to the top. Jen, if you can pay attention to what we did on KBCN and make sure we bring that to life. Okay. And Christine, if you can go ahead and chime in on Clubhouse, let's scroll to the top. I'm looking for transformative moments. Let's go ahead and start reading some, Christine. Come on, talk to me.
So Marsha Tate says, transformative moment, growing to a point where I get to show up in my Florida community and in my family as the leader God called me to be as a result of your impact. We now have 4 new entrepreneurs in our family. Wow, Marsha.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it. 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 Jen, you got one? Okay, come on. All right. Come on, Christine. John, you got one?
Go ahead.
So Lynette, I'm on Clubhouse. Hey, Lynette. My transformative moment is learning about the one thing. Now I am teaching this to clients and helping them to focus. Also learning about the jungle. Putting the right people in the right spots so they grow, in the right pots so they grow. Thank you, coach and team.
Wow. Listen, Lynette Jackson is doing it on a very large level, y'all. I'm looking forward to us partnering on some things in the future. Anybody else got anything? Come on, John.
Lori McBride, Clubhouse, says top 2 moments. Number one Friday when you had a straight off praise session. Remember? Praise session. And number 2, the very first session of last year's conference, especially what Schultz said, was crying the whole time. Love y'all for real.
Wow.
Listen, Lord, that's what's up. Yes. That's what's up.
Mr. Hurlin says, transformative moment, an awakening of what is possible to achieve and how to execute the process of moving forward in life and business.
I love it. Jen, you got one?
No, they ain't saying that.
Yeah. Okay, they ain't saying that. Look, y'all on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, put something in the chat. We know you there stalking people.
We see y'all.
This ain't right. John, you got one?
Yeah, our favorite, Dr. Nicole Rochester.
Come on, y'all give this Afro Puff doctor a hand. She is the doctor with the Afro Puff.
So here's the conference last year, and that first night, I think I bought drinks for everybody. Yeah, so all drinks was on the house. Right?
You did.
So at that point, I was mixing drinks because we had just drank enough. And I was like, so I was at the table with Yolanda Tate and Dr. Nicole, and finally got to meet the humans, like past the titles, past. It was sister brothers moment. I'll never forget those times of sharing. But she said, transformative moment, witnessing a powerful example of community and vulnerability and how we are stronger together. And Corn talking about we gonna make him come up here.
You better come up.
Come on, man. You should have bought the Krispy Kreme donut.
You should have. Yeah. Out of tune. Just out of tune.
You got Jackie Williams. You know, her husband blessed me last year because she couldn't make it.
Yeah. Good.
But he came and he represented their family so well that you know, Coach, I'm gonna bust out cry first because y'all trying to hold it. I can't.
Come on, that's okay.
This started out as something to do.
Yes. Come on, John. Tell the truth.
Wow.
I was supporting my friend Glenn. It started out something to do.
Yeah. And I had to drag you at first.
Yeah, you did. Then it turned to something I like. And then I'm gonna go to what Cherie said. Then it became to something I needed. And I didn't know I needed it until, Coach, you talked to us in our community about how do you handle life when the whirlwind comes. How do you stay in your square? And I never knew the answer till right now. You only get to stay on your square when you stay in community and you stand on Jesus. Because the winds are coming. So what I thought was something I was doing to support is something I needed. And God was showing me that if you're willing to open up to something new, you can lock on to your lifetime friends. I thought college was my lifetime friend. I maybe only have 2 of those. But y'all, Sean and Christine and all my people on the screen, Chris and Gardy came to my sister's house. He was there. He was there. Jennifer, we together now. Coach
John.
That's what this meant. So we were able to talk through our real life situations. And I'm in the middle of a divorce that y'all knew about. And I know it's only because of my community that I'm staying in. Yeah, I am healthy. I am healed. I am forgiven. I am a forgiver. Yes. But I need community because you can't get to no place of significance by yourself because we all need some help.
My brother.
Y'all gotta give this man a hand. You got all of us in tears here. No, I brought mine. I knew what was going on. I'm the crying coach. I have no shame in my game.
Coach.
Let me say this, Jen. You got some.
I got something.
Come on.
I'm done crying then too. So for Tierra Monique on YouTube.
We love you, Tierra.
Yes, hey,
yay.
Tierra. So her transformative moment was. I'm sorry, take a second. Okay, her transformative moment is being seen by people who want to see you grow, as well as the priceless business and personal nuggets being dropped every day by beautiful Black successful people. Is beautiful. We receive all of that.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And yes, we see you, Tierra.
Yes.
100%. Christine, you got anything?
Yeah, so Jackie has 3. I'll read one of them. I'll read 2 of them. She says, I have 3 transformative moments. Roz showing up for me and my family when my grandma was transitioning.
Yes, let's shout out Roz. Yes, come on.
Woo! Yes.
We miss her. She's doing all the things, but listen, loving on people.
Number 2 for Jackie, showing up on Clubhouse, the result being my first business focus group, I've never had the kind of support from others that haven't been my family, which is how I knew I was among family. Awesome. Let me read one more from Yolanda Tate. My transformative moment happened at last year's event during the VIP session with Crystal, and seeing the vulnerability of everyone, especially the men in the room. It also allowed me to open up more and gain lasting friendships and partnerships.
Jeez.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Dr. Pam too.
Dr. Pam,
Yeah,
did y'all
yeah.
see that?
Yeah. So Camille Basket says, July 2022, she said, experiencing conflict and continue to show up, not to be in my own way by shrinking back and excelling in growing clientele and more roles, TV, film, production, financial services. Thanks for this room and the love and growth here.
Let me jump in real quick.
Yeah.
Dr. Pam Foster said, transformative moment, realizing that this really was the space for me one morning that John said, it's okay if you don't have a thing. I didn't let not having a quote thing discourage me. I stayed and I grew and I learned. I appreciate you all for all that you've done. And we're going to get a chance to see her in real life.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah.
No, that's what it looks like. Alicia said, listen, the experience has been a blessing. Wish you all, let's just say massive success. Jackie, listen, you a whole vibe, girl. I see everybody. Let's keep going around the room. Corwin said this, or let me go to Keitra first. Keitra has been one of these people. I swear, I think Keetra's been here since day one, or just about.
Mm-hmm.
And she says this to me. She said, or to us, she says, there have been so many transformative moments. I joined during the height of COVID. And this group has been a godsend with your authentication. I know that's right. Authenticate. That reminds me of some military stuff right there. And honesty has made me a better person to help others. Thanks to all of the mods who sowed their time. Love you guys from the D. Sean Psalms, you crazy. Talking about when I say listen. Sound like Jesus saying, verily I say unto you. Listen, that is a highlighted moment. Listen. You see Corwin John?
Yeah, Corwin said transformative moment was at what felt like one of the darkest moments in my life. You all became my community and accepted me and let me know that I belong and I matter. Love this group of and I remember those Fridays when we were at Free Friday, and as we tried to get Corwin to come up every Friday.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah, but his timing has always been impeccable. And so, T-Dog, we love you to life, bro.
Absolutely. We're going to keep running around
Cassandra
the room.
Bogan, man. Haven't heard
Cassandra's
from
been a minute.
in a long time.
Transformative moment when you helped
the pet lady, Mindy.
Oh, Mindy. Yeah.
She's talking about Mindy.
Yeah.
Mindy's
Get
doing
the
really
bug
well,
back
y'all.
on the road. Remember
She got a new bus.
Yep.
Somebody pulled Mindy in the room.
I tried you.
Did you try? Okay.
Wow.
She's on another bus. She out there grooming dogs, doing all the things.
Oh, Phil Hill. Let's go day one.
Please.
Phil Hill.
Down since day one.
The moment I followed Chris into the best community on Clubhouse, and the day Crystal Hardy Allen blessed money to the mods was what's that? I can't even speak because
Right Now Treat Yourself Day.
Right Now Treat Yourself Day. Love you, family. I never met all the way from Wisconsin. I never met. Wow. Jesus.
John.
The people are Jesus.
John, that was a thing, remember?
Yeah.
Crystal Hardy Allen said, y'all have made so much impact, added so much value. I need to know y'all Cash App, Chris. And all the mods that was on that day got blessed with cash. I went out and bought me a new chair with mine.
Yeah,
I sure did.
It was more than $50. Let me just
let me explain something to you.
Say that.
Crystal Hardy Allen does things one way. Big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big.
Hello?
Yeah.
Big. Massive.
I want to read Lisa. Lisa, she says, we were all coached in this room by Coach Glenn, Cherie, John, and Christine. She also said, thank you, James.
Yes.
Shout out to James for keeping it
Yes.
all together.
Yes.
She
This
says,
is
Tech
not
Thursdays
possible
were
without
fire. Yes, yes.
Y'all, let me say something about James. I used to say to John, I get worried because I'm the guy who contingency has a contingency.
Mm.
Somebody put the word redundancy in the chat, only if you can spell. All my tech people understand, right?
Redundancy.
I'm like, who's backing up James? Because if James got to go to the bathroom or if James oversleeps, we're dead
Yeah.
in the water.
God got his back.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't think James has ever missed a day.
Yes,
He has not.
With the exception of us being on break.
correct.
With the exception of, listen, this week,
He
is
wasn't
consistent.
even on break. He wasn't even
Yeah.
on break.
look, he texted me and said,
So,
Coach,
somebody had to hit the button while we was gone.
look, when we went on break for 6 weeks on hiatus, we curated 6 weeks worth of replays that some of y'all jokers didn't watch until a week later. We had more views of replays than we did of live shows.
Yes.
James was running them replays while we was transitioning from one country to another.
Right.
If y'all don't give this man, do me a favor, listen. I mean, listen. No. This man right here.
Oh, no.
Listen.
I'm standing up for me and
Look,
Christine.
Christine got a boot. She can't stand up. Here's what I want to do, and I didn't anticipate doing this. Listen to me. Listen.
That's best.
Cash App James.
Put James' Cash App in this chat
Yeah.
right now.
Amen.
Somebody tell me.
Right now. Somebody go find this man's Cash App
John knows.
Oh, him
and
God.
let's get it in the chat. I need y'all to buy this man a cup of coffee. I need y'all to buy this man lunch. I need you to treat him and his wife to dinner. I need you to get them a hotel spot so they can go get their mind right. Whatever the Lord lays on your heart, hit that man's Cash App.
It's coming.
Because without James Green, this show doesn't run. I was here this morning, me, Christine, and Sean. James pulled up as soon as we got it.
Yep.
Here come that red truck, like that red KBCN shirt. Boom. And look, always on next level. What's up, Cole? I'm like, this dude sound like he been up all night. Hit this man's Cash App. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all don't get us without James. There it goes. Kingdom 2479. Hit that man's Cash App. And Sharia, whoever, let's see if we can't make sure that we'll be a blessing. Sharia, I want to be a blessing to this man. So do what you do. Let me say this, y'all, real quick. We're not finished. This is the last show. We're going to take a little bit of time.
We're going to take it.
We're going to take it, John. I ain't got nowhere to go now. You got to pee. I'm sorry.
Thanks for
Did I
sharing.
say that out loud?
And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Look, I'm sorry. That just came out
So
loud.
let's talk about
I thought we was on the deep brief.
Right.
This
Okay.
was the time we normally on the deep brief,
So
y'all.
let's talk about that, Christine.
It comes at the
Yeah.
same
Sheree.
time every morning.
Sheree, let's talk about
Oh,
it.
snap. I'm sorry.
This is his debrief moment. It doesn't matter what time we get off the show. He never says, I'm going to go to the restroom. I got to go.
Nope.
This man going to tell you, I got to eat.
Listen,
So, Coach, down the hallway to the left.
I'm going to go do that. Can y'all hold it
We
down?
We'll hold it.
Because we going to be here for a second.
Yeah.
Lord,
But to that point, John, I know it sounds, I gotta go pee, but the point is, Coach is so real.
Yeah.
There's no fake in him, but there's no fake in any of us. This is how real we are. This is what it looks like to be pure, right? To be real. Like, yeah, Coach gotta go pee. He went to go pee.
Right.
But I want to read something that Dr. Tavis said. She said, my transformative moment was being an invited guest in such a powerful space. This was my first speaking engagement after receiving my PhD.
Wow.
I was nervous, but felt right at home. It was even more symbolic because Glenn reminds me of my father. Bless you, Dr. Tavis. Thank you.
Dr. Tavis met her in person, James and I. She just as fiery, just as fine as she on that picture. Her picture ain't lying. But she is on fire. She had us motivated after we left her. It was like 6 minutes, and we just met her up with her, and it was like 6 minutes. I wanted to wait till Coach come back because I wanted him to thank our super producer, Barbara. She just had surgery, so she couldn't be on, like Cherie, all these ladies. But if between Barbara getting those Tuesday and Wednesday guests, booking them, I think she almost did it for a year. I remember when Coach said, John, I need somebody that can do this, do this, do this, that, do this, do this, do that. Do you know somebody? I said, I know somebody who can do it. And then so I said, Coach, I'm gonna ask Barbara if she can. At the time, Barbara Robinson, now Barbara Hopkins. I said, I'm gonna ask her if she do it. She said, I don't know nothing about no producing. Producing what? But because of her background as a project manager, it actually fell right into her thing, and so she was able to be the written word and the voice for the morning show for almost a year. I was talking about Barbara. I heard you, producer. So yeah,
Barbara, the super producer. We got to shout her out. Saved my life. She recovering. She had to have surgery on her shoulder, y'all. She's recovering, so she couldn't be here. But I'm gonna tell you this: we couldn't have done it without Barbara. I was doing all of Barbara's job by myself.
Yeah.
Y'all, when I tell you we all need some help, I live by that. I don't do nothing by myself. If it wasn't for y'all, I couldn't do this.
We can't run.
We can't run. But leaders, tomorrow, we're going to help you out. Some of y'all out here in these streets trying to do what you do because of your ego, you will not give up control. I had to give up control to let James do what he does. To let Chris. I used to fight Chris on a regular basis because I want it done a certain way. And it's like Chris had to tell me, Coach, this is what I do. Coach, people pay me. And he didn't never say this. He's so respectful. He never said, you're not paying me, sir. But there are people in real life who pay me to do this. Right. Can you let me? John is so respectful. John understands how to cater. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. There's a level of connection that John and I have. John is able to tell me to shut up and sit down without being disrespectful. Coach, and he look at me in my eye and he'll just drop his head. Let me just say this. First of all, he'll just drop his voice with his rep. We got this. And it's a settling thing that makes me say, shut up and go sit down somewhere. Because
sat down.
That's what they do. Listen, so when I tell you guys that you need teams around you that you can trust, because you got people that you bring them around because they do a thing. Y'all give Barbara a hand. I love this woman between her toes, and I appreciate all of what she was able to do. We got anybody else?
Yeah, you got Trey.
Come on, talk to her.
Man, so remember Trey who said nothing?
Yep.
Who started saying something?
Yeah.
And now he's an encourager. He's coming out.
Now he won't be quiet.
Trey,
paragraphs now.
I came into the room extremely late, so I don't know the assignment. See, once again, he's so analytical.
Right.
This room and Coach Glenn gave me the push I needed to self-publish my poetry book, start a podcast, and start experimenting and doing clothes while I'm still working on being consistent. Brother, let me tell you what you are, brother. It's consistent because I always look for Trey, and when I don't see him, I ping him in the room.
Look,
I ping him in the room.
I love it
because I'm just Marcus Tate, man.
Marcus.
We can't say that. Yeah.
Remember when Marcus came on, y'all? Remember when first Marcus came on? Yeah. Marshall was trying to get him to make breakfast. He was getting breakfast for everybody on the job or something, but he wasn't getting his wife breakfast.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't eating his that Marshall made.
That's what it was.
Right.
He wasn't eating the breakfast. Boy, we had to get him straight.
Yeah. Said, boy, you ain't eating that.
You ain't eating your wife breakfast. You tripping.
So Marcus Tate, transformative moment for me was going to our first marriage retreat where the majority of people looked like us and gave us an additional level of tools to help us with our kids. Yes.
Wow.
And we had a kissing contest that marriage retreat. Y'all made the ladies, remember that, Cherie? Look at
Cherie laughed.
They made the ladies put lipstick on and they got a prize.
On the men.
No, on the women.
No, on the women.
And they got a prize for how many lipstick marks they could put on. And Marshall must have kissed that man like 68
Listen,
times.
He's not even bald headed, but he had lipstick in his hair.
So they won that. So that was it. We got to introduce Mr. Fun to you, man. And he said he has several things. He said spirit moving moment power went out in the entire school. Y'all in Lithonia, I'm in East Point. Their bootstrapping energy is powerful. And he talked about y'all allow him to be his authentic Baltimore self.
That part.
The Baltimore self.
Yeah, man.
So,
Daryl, you bless me, man. Your energy and how you Daryl is the teacher that all of us wish we had in school.
Yes.
Mr.
We did so much better.
Listen, I would not have failed most of my classes.
And would not have had to entertain ourselves.
I would not have. I would not be in the principal's office getting paddled because I was being a disruption in class.
Right.
Listen. Dominic said transformative moment. My first call with Coach Glenn, I saw he was real. And the only thing that surpassed how real he is how much he loves helping others. Thank you, bro.
Yes.
Now, I'm telling you right now, guys, we're going to bring the show to the close.
Yeah, that was the last.
But I just want to say this. This has been a run that is unmatched by many runs that I've been a part of. And I see it as that because I believe that God allows us to do things in windows, right? Seasons, right? Seasons by nature are designed to change. Write that down. And a lot of us, the challenge is that we don't want the season to change. Well, that's unhealthy. See, in Panama, they only have 2 seasons. They don't have 4. It's rainy season and dry season. It rains about 9 months out of the year in Panama. But because it's the tropics, this is the only place I know, Jen, where people walk with umbrellas when the sun is out. They don't have umbrellas when the sun is not out. When it's raining, they walking without umbrellas. Why? Because they're thankful for the rain. It is actually refreshing because of how warm it is. Here's what I want to tell you. If you're not prepared for your next season, you will always stay stuck in the season that you're in.
Wow.
If you don't prepare in the season that you're in for the next season, you will stay perpetually stuck in the season that you're in. Here's what we know. Transformation can't take place there.
Nah.
Growth cannot take place in comfort. Growth cannot take place in a place of where you're not growing. Listen, I believe this. Many of us have practiced and done very well living in silos. And I've talked about this before, but silos were never designed for you to grow in. They're only designed for you to store stuff in. And some of y'all have stored up so much grain and so many things that now it's going bad. Pregnant pause on purpose. Many of you guys have stored up. Look. Here's how the language goes. I'm just a sponge. I'm taking it all in. When will you allow somebody to squeeze you? When will you release the water, the nourishment that's in you and drip it over on somebody else?
Yeah.
When? At what point do you move off the stoop of, I'm just processing. I'm just mowing this all over. At what point do you pull the trigger? Y'all, let me coach you for one last time. Stop overthinking your next. If you want to go to the next level, click the freaking link in the chat. Find out where we're going to be at. If you are in Atlanta and you don't pull up, that's your fault. If you are online and you're watching us virtually and you don't pull up to bootstrapping, that is your fault. But when you see us in these streets growing and doing all the things that we said we would do. See, here's what I love about this show. We will tell you what we're going to do, and then we'll go do it.
Every single one. It's not been like
we go for. Some people say, move in silence, John. Don't tell people what you. No. That's bull crap. You know why? Because when you move in silence, you will let you off the hook every time. You think I'm lying? And here's the problem: ain't nobody gonna come get you because ain't nobody looking for you because you hidden.
Because nobody looking for you.
Termites. That's my new word. Thank you, Sean. I'm trying to stop saying the N word. Termites. You hidden. And so when you don't follow through on what you said, this is day 20 of 100 days of execution. 20 days of no alcohol for me. I'm down 12 pounds. 20 days of showing up. I have a goal to drop 50 pounds in 100 days. I am not going to stop. And here's what the goal of 50 pounds is: the beginning, because what I also know is that now my metabolism has been jump-started, and now it's going to come off by itself without me even trying. Why? Because I started. Pull the freaking trigger and stop tripping. And I don't even apologize because this is the last time.
Yeah,
Cherie, come on. What you got, babe? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I wanted to read one last before you close. Corwin put in the chat, it has been beautiful to watch Glenn be who God created him to be, a person that can hear what you're saying and what you're not saying and speak to you in a way that is challenging and loving. You are walking in your calling, shepherding people. And I just wanted to ditto that. As I said before, this room has never really been about money. It's been about impact. And everybody on this stage has made an impact. We are all striving to impact people's lives. And that's what has made this so amazing. And for those of you who are listening now, it's your turn. It's your turn to pull the trigger and make impact. Stop sitting on the sideline, stop being in the bleachers, and do the daggone thing.
Get on the feet.
That part. My girl just pulled up, Gardy. Stephanie Nicole is in the building. Listen, when Stephanie came through and told her transformative story, y'all ain't heard nothing. This woman's life would curl your toes. And where she is, will straighten them out. Y'all didn't get that. They'll catch that one at the light, Gardy. They'll catch that one at the light. Y'all, it's the end of an era. Yep. Chris, I don't know what you got teed up in the way of music, but we're going to have to land this ship some kind of way. Listen, I absolutely love it. John P. King, the Prince of Gospel, and we got to leave out the way we came in by showing up. And we have showed up in people's lives for over 700 days. Nobody, John, will ever be able to challenge our people. Nobody. Here is the fruit. The fruit is what you do with what you heard. Can y'all do me a favor? Can you say thankful? Can you say thank you? Can you put it in the chat? And can you show up and bear fruit? Come on, let's go, John. Come on now. He's going to show up on time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for allowing us to come into your home, on your phone, in the car, in the bathroom, in the baby room, at work, in the parking lot, at work. And some of y'all got in trouble because you couldn't get off the phone so that you could go in and get some work done. Thank you. For those of you that got fired, that wasn't my fault. For those of you who got rehired, I'm glad you pulled the trigger. For those of y'all that started business, thank you for executing. For the book that you wrote, for the speech that you gave. All of the things, I want you guys to understand that this is why we do what we do. At the end of the day, here's what I know to be true. We can't get to any place of significance. And why is that, y'all? It's because we all need some help. Let's go. We did it. We did it. We did it. We absolutely did it. Y'all be good. We will not be back tomorrow. Not here. But we will be here in the A to bootstrap and redefine. If you have not gotten your virtual ticket, click on the link. Make sure you get your virtual ticket. This has been an amazing ride. Jackie, all of you guys, can I do one more roll call before we go? Can I just do one more? Can I just do one more? Chris, give me something to do this roll call. Let's go.
not close. You just gonna do it, but this is the first time all my siblings are in the room. My oldest, my next oldest, my youngest, and my mom are in the room.
Look, Team Schultz, y'all in the building. Listen, John's mother's last name ain't even Schultz no more, but I've been calling her Mama Schultz since the beginning, right? And you know what? It's just an affection thing. Tessie, thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate the words of encouragement that you've given me over the years, and for you being ready, willing, and able to come up and be a part of Bootstrap and Redefine. Cannot wait until you come through. Renee, shout out to the MMC family. The MMC has a new look, and I'm grateful for those of you guys who've allowed us to lead you into our next. Marcus, thank you, brother. Thank you that you trusted us to lead your life in a way that connected you and is making a crazy impact on all 5 of your sons. You're a great father, sir. Keep showing up. Jill Hines, words can't express how grateful I am for our friendship, for our relationship. I thank God for you. I thank God for the impact that you're making. But that's who you were when we met. It's certainly who you're going to continue to be after we go on from here. Dr. Pam, always a pleasure when you pull up. You represent Mobile, Alabama. I appreciate you. Miss Vicki Ann, we've got to get on the golf course. Please, get you a ticket. Come on through to Panama. And ain't nothing like playing golf looking over the Panama Canal. I saw it. There ain't much like it. Well, maybe playing something. That might be a good. Look, Cynthia, appreciate you for being so consistent, Cynthia. Love you. Sean, always a pleasure, my friend. Listen, this is my black ball head brother. Listen, we call me, him, and John are the 3 musketeers. When we get in a room, y'all need to watch out because that's some flamingo energy that you got to be ready. Sean is the ringleader. You got more than mine. I'm the middleman, right? And John brings up the real because he got the deal to slow our roll. Because we would all go to jail if it wasn't done. God is the one that comes. You hear me? I'm telling you, it's just the way it is. Elaine, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to coach you in real life. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow. I know that you picked up clients as a result of our connection, and I'm super grateful that I'm making an impact. You're making an impact because we came together. Yolanda Yolanda Tank. Let me say you why. Yolanda, your spirit is contagious, and your giving is next level. You have always been the kind of person that makes people better because you came in the room. As a retired command sergeant major, you've impacted thousands of soldiers' lives in your 29-year career. But now, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you're still doing that in a very tangible way. And I cannot wait to see you. When I first met Yolanda, I didn't realize how short she was. And I said to myself, Lord Jesus, she said, and I know I'm getting her all riled up. Because she's like my mother used to say, she is a little potato, but she is hard to pick. What? Don't let the smooth taste fool you. You hear me? Sharon, I appreciate you for being here, girl. Thank you so very much. Stephanie, always a pleasure when you pull up. Grateful that you're taking this journey with us on the 100 days of execution. Nona, we met in real life, very close bootstrapping. And Nona bootstrapped her with that. Nona said, I ain't got the money to come. Anybody can help. Listen, she pulled on my heartstrings, darling. I said, because of your boldness, the answer is yes. What do you need? What can I help you with? Because she just said flat out, listen, I need some help. I love it. Maria, Lil John Show, thank you, Milton. I can't wait to meet you in real life. Girl, your brother has been my brother for a number of years, and by default, you are my sister. Speaking of Nikki, Nikki Knight is in the building. Nick, I told you a couple weeks ago, don't you let me come in and out of Atlanta, and I don't get to see your face. I don't want no excuses. I am not hard to find. Come find me, girl, and hug my neck so I can be straight. You understand me? Leslie, love you, appreciate you. Thanks for pulling up. Camille, back in the building. Good to see you. Thanks so much for pulling up. Lisa, my new friend by way of Rocky. Lisa, thank you very much for all of the hosting and the admin stuff that you've done to support me in rooms that I got in the Rockies community. And you are absolutely right there holding it down. I appreciate you, sis. Phil Hill, my God, since day one. Listen to me. Phil's brother is an artist. He is the one that drew that character that you see of Phil. And Phil's brother did he commissioned his brother to do something for me that looks just like that. But it's two different pictures. And I'm telling you right now, brother, it's a treasure, and so are you. And I will always remember our connection. I appreciate you. Lori, thank you so much. So good to meet you last year. Bootstrap and Redefined. Listen, you and your husband have been an amazing value add to my life. I love you. I love the work that you guys are doing, and I'm so proud of y'all's next. Dominic, very, 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 very good. Met you, bro. Dominic, many amazing people, helping them to record their stories and get the word out. Stephanie, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for consistently pulling up. I thank you so much for being in the room on a regular basis. Jackie, I can't say enough words about you. I'm going to go ahead and let that out. Jackie and I are partnering, and we're going to create an entity to serve people who want to come to Canada. Okay, so let me tell you where it's going, so that many of you guys know. Cherie and I are creating environment and opportunities for people to come and do two things: taste and see. I want you to taste and see what living liberated looks like. And Jackie is going to be out back in her company. Is going to run excursion opportunities and different things so that you guys can come and experience Panama the way you're put together. So if you're a couple that needs to come and reset, we got an excursion and opportunity for you. We may have you in the jungles of Western Panama up near Boquete, where they grow some of the most rare coffee in the world. Geisha coffee. It ain't cheap. I promise you right now. Come on over here, Jill. I promise you right now, it's going to be a whole situation. What I need you guys to understand is you need to click the link at the top of the room so that you guys can get involved and invited to the different things that we've got going on before they happen. Jackie is going to be a whole vibe. Her company is going to run that entire back end. And I promise you, listen, entrepreneurs, you need a who, not a how. I'm getting ready to be partners with somebody who's going to do the work we've already been doing, and I'll get paid. But it don't be because of work I do out of my lane. It's because of the connections that I'm making. That's the kind of stuff I want to teach you and train you guys how to do. Listen, Jackie, we love you. I can't wait for that. And let me say this. She was a client of mine. I know her. I know her integrity. She's still a client of mine. So get the picture. She pays me to coach her. We build a business together so we both can get paid. Get out of my face. Y'all should know they're tripping. I don't know what the world you on, but listen, we about to get this thing on and popping. Marsha's in the building. Marsha, can't say enough words about you. Can't wait to hug your neck in person. Marsha's coming up to be a part. She's going to support. From the very first time I met her, Marsha is the one going to pay money and say, well, how can I help? Bruh, you need to sit down. You need to sit. You pay money to be. I know, coach. But I can't sit here and see something that needs to be done and not do it. Marsha, we love you. We love your spirit. Cassandra, always a pleasure when you pull up. I love your heart to serve. Dr. Tavis, I can't say enough about you. You and I have had the opportunity to be on stages together, and we have worked together virtually. And there's coming a day very, very soon where I'm going to be able to serve your community in real life. And I cannot wait till we broker an opportunity to make that happen. And the reason why is because you're already making a significant impact in ladies' lives and entrepreneurs who are trying to get clarity. But now we get ready to do that to the backdrop of an international stage. This is going to be a problem. I have access to an entire 65-acre ranch that has several Airbnb properties on it, 2 rivers run through. What would it look like to bring your ladies through to that group where they can unplug and rewind in a holistic kind of a way? If they want to ride horses, we got that. If they want to go canoeing, we got that. If they just want to chill and meditate while listening to the breeze and the sounds of monkeys in trees afar that howl in the middle of the night and they never experienced that, we got you. I'm telling you right now, Dr. Tavis, make sure all your folks have their passports. That's going to be the only requirement. You hear me? Dr. Tavis, I'm talking. Okay.
Follow me.
I just want to let you know, Johnson, we got okay. He gave me the thumbs up. I love it. I love it. I love it. Corwin Seagull, one of my longest friends. I love you, brother. I love our history. Thank you for one day telling me what you need to do, Glenbrook, is hitch your wagon to somebody who's doing what you want to do. That was 8 years ago. And I hired a coach, and I've never looked back. Thank you for your wisdom, brother. Thank you for your transparency. I appreciate you. Trey, I heard your voice. I feel your impact. Keep showing up, using your voice. Trey, I appreciate you being in the building. Good to have you. Love it. Please keep representing the D like you do. And I'm telling you right now, the Motown ain't got nothing coming because you there. I love it. I love it. Latanja, always a pleasure. You and Tracy pull up. I love you guys. Y'all know I appreciate y'all's family. Thank you so much for coming through. Mr. Herman, can't say enough about you. Keep it locked down. Keep loving on your wife. Keep loving on your family, brother. Keep leading the way. As a black man who's born things on a level where another black man can look at this and say, you know what? I want to continue to follow this man. Daryl, Mr. Fun, keep educating our babies to show up as their authentic self. Keep bringing your creativity to the table and to the forefront. Alicia Caldwell, thank you so much. You are a therapist that brings something different. It's incredibly unique. Your voice needs to be heard more. If you guys are in the place of booking a speaker, you need to have this woman come to your next event. She's an incredible communicator, particularly when it comes to walking people through traumatic events, and she needs to be on stage at your next event speaking to that subject matter. Stephanie is a guru, a real lifer. She is a real estate investor that started from the for real bottom. There's a meme going around there. If you want to know what the bottom is, let me show you what the bottom is. Explain to me. If you saw her bottom, it would mess you up. But now we get to see her top. Oh boy, it's messing me up. Now, I know that came off a little crazy. But Stephanie, you understand me? You know what I listen. Come on, girl. Shake what your mama gave you and keep it moving. We out here in these streets shaking that. Listen, shaking that real estate and helping people flip stuff and understanding the science behind it and doing. Definitely get ready. I'm working on some deals. I told Darby in Panama, and we're going to be doing some international investing. And I need y'all to get yourselves all the way ready, because when I put in the call, I don't want no excuses. I'm going to have the right opportunity, and we're going to make some money. We're going to have some fun. And more importantly, girl, we're going to impact some little black girls that live just like you. I guarantee you. Tiffany, I appreciate you for being in the building. My dude, Credit K, is in the building. Good to see you, King C. Love you, man. Thanks for pulling up. Kingston is in the building. Denise is in the building. Courtney's in the building. Denise, wait, come on, Denise. Look. That's Big John Stokes right there. We got Little John Stokes. Look at that smile. Oh my God, John, take the glasses off. Out here in these streets with a wig on. What's wrong with you, boy? Listen, I'm telling you. Mama Show, you see them in here cutting up? Listen. I love it. Courtney, Shayna, look, y'all, this is the last show. And I think it's very appropriate that my friend Jill Hines. Yeah. Y'all give Jill Hines a hand. On behalf of Glenn P. Brooks Jr. LLC, on behalf of Bootstrap and Redefined, I want to personally thank AARP for all they've done for the show over the years. This isn't the only thing that they've sponsored. They have been an integral part of helping us level up and reach people. Jill, can you share just really quickly transformative moment and what's been the most, or some of the most impactful opportunities that you've had since this time?
Oh my gosh. So good morning, everyone. This is so crazy. It's like the energy. Like I walked in the room, it's got goosebumps. So Glenn, I think it was in 2021, I started listening to, I stumbled upon the room and just felt the energy, and something just drew me in, and I started listening and I couldn't leave. Then I reached out to you, right? And I said, I need you to be part of a panel I'm doing. And I was doing a panel. We're coming into Veterans Day, as we are now, next month. Yep. And we're doing a panel on veterans, the transition from military life to civilian life to entrepreneur. And I was like, you gotta be part of this. And that was the start. And then you came to Atlanta And I said, what would it look like if you could bring bootstrapping to Atlanta?
Yeah, we had that conversation.
And
at
here
your
we
house.
are.
Here we
And
are.
here we are.
Y'all give it. I want to say this, Jill, and I need everybody to understand. I know we have technically signed off, but we're here now. It's the last show, so we're gonna be here. Y'all got to go to work, and God bless you. I ain't got nowhere to be. Let me say this, Jill, so that you clear. I have, for the longest time, tried to pound in people's heads the idea that your next is everything to do with you showing up.
It's like you're looking through
And my introverts often fight against that because of their natural bent to hide. You, my sister, are an introvert by personality. One of the things that I've watched you do is lean into how you're uniquely different. I watched your Instagram page grow from almost nothing in the way of how many people were following you. And now you are quickly approaching 100,000 followers. You are attracting brand deals and sponsorship. I am watching you debut products that you use, and these people are reaching out to you to say, how can we be a part of what you're doing? I'm able to watch you leverage, make connections. You are a very, very strategic connector. You come from a long line of history. We ain't got all day to go into how impactful your family in real life has been on our culture. I just want to let people know that this is what it looks like to show up regardless of your temperament, of your personality. And this woman is making impact behind the scenes because there are people like me who have no problem being on here. But I need support like her in order to do what I do. Y'all, can y'all take a page out of this woman's book right here? That God has you on an assignment to be of value to somebody. Lean into that and pull the trigger. Jill, thank you. Thank you. Y'all, this has been a wonderful run. Let me put my ears back on. Cherie, you got anything before we close, Gardy? Chris, come on, talk to me. Good? We straight? Youngest in charge, we straight? Listen, make sure you get a screenshot of that right there, Trey. I need you to get a screen. Look. I need everybody with their hands up. Come on. On the last one of the show, on the count of three, we're going to say we all need some help. In 3, 2, 1. We
all need some help.
Y'all be good. That's the show. And catch us in these streets. We'll see you at Bootstrap and Redefined. Thank you, James. Take it away.